Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Benji Bruce with SpeakingLifestyle.com. And if you're listening to this right now, then it's probably because you want me to book speaking gigs for you. Maybe I sent you an email, or maybe you're just watching this or listening to this somewhere and you think it'd be great to have me basically book the gigs for you. Now, I've essentially been on stages for companies like AAA, Remax, Best Buy, Hilton, a ton of other companies, and I know how corporate companies hire speakers, and there's essentially no limit to the amount that they're willing to pay if you're really good. I learned how to get really focused on the things that actually matter and how to get myself booked really, really fast. So if you're listening to this, I can actually help you get booked. And I mean, wouldn't you love it if I actually booked the gigs for you? If I literally just handed you the gigs. Now, I'm not going to charge you anything. I mean, all you have to do is just pay me a 20% commission on the gigs that I book for you. So does that sound like a deal? I mean, would you do that? If I booked you a gig, if I said, hey, here's a corporate gig, just give me 20% of the gig, would you be willing to do that? If I can actually fill up your schedule, would you at least give me 20%? Now, you're probably nodding your head and you're wondering, like, well, when the heck do we get started? If this message attracted you and you got all excited, then I have a wake up call for you. You're never going to build your speaking business if you keep thinking this way. If you expect someone else to book speaking gigs for you, like how you've probably been thinking for the longest time, then you're not going to build a speaking business. So first, let me get this straight. Yes, I just bait and switched you. So yes, I did, but let me tell you why. I get a lot of emails from speakers who want me to book them speaking gigs because they know I can fill up their schedule. And they always say, like, hey, I'll give you a percentage if you book the gigs for me. They always say something like that. And that's the type of thinking that leaves them broke. When you assume someone else is going to book gigs for you, you will be broke. I never, and I mean never, get those emails from speakers who already have a good speaking business. And I mean, will they pay a referral fee, a commission? Well, of course they would, but they don't expect me to build their business for them. I mean, not even close. Like, how ridiculous do you think it'd be if Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook, if while he was building Facebook, if he just said, hey guys, if you guys build it for me, then I'll just give you a small percentage. Or if Bill Gates, when he wanted to create Microsoft, how ridiculous would it be if he talked to people and said, hey guys, if you build this Microsoft business for me, then I'll give you a little bit of it. I'll give you a percentage. I mean, do you think they would have been successful if they thought that way from the very get-go? Well, of course not. I mean, that's not how successful people think. They knew they were going to do it. Bill Gates was like, look, I'm going to figure out how to make this work no matter what. I'm going to make this stuff happen. So, I mean, what do you think you're doing when you expect someone else to book speaking gigs for you? I know it's attractive to have someone do the work for you, but if you're not invested in your own success, then why would someone else be invested in you? I just heard an interview with Mark Cuban. I mean, like literally about 10 minutes ago, this interview with Mark Cuban, the billionaire, and he said something about why companies fail and why basically well, he just said why companies fail, and pretty much when someone successful talks, I listen, and so should you. He said that companies fail because of a lack of effort. Speakers are failing because they're not getting gigs because they expect other people to do it for them. They don't want to put in the effort. I can't tell you how much this is messing you up without you realizing it. Not too long ago, we launched the Speaker Accelerator campaigns, and this is essentially where we do the marketing for you. And I think I didn't make myself clear enough. I think what everyone thought was that we were just going to do the work for you for free and then just book you gigs. I think that's what people thought. What the Speaker Accelerator campaigns do is we essentially say, like, okay, your website is really great. All you really need is a Google AdWords campaign, and I have a pay-per-click specialist, and it costs this amount to have him do it for you. Or we could say, like, okay, well, we're going to actually hire someone and train someone who's going to cold call for you and get you the gigs. And this person They're going to be specifically designed just to sell you on the phone or through email. And we're going to train them in order to sell you. And it's going to cost this much to hire them, just like when you hire a normal person. And what happened? Lots of people, a ton of people said like, oh, can I just give you guys a commission? Well, let me ask you this. If you have a job or had a job, would you work for free? I highly doubt it. You have to know your process. You have to know exactly how to get gigs. And like Mark Cuban said, you have to work for it. Most speakers just don't work. They want other people to work for them, and they expect to get all the results. If that's you, then you need to stop right now. If you don't wake up and work your ass off all day, every day, then don't expect to get gigs. I mean, if you don't do the work, you just don't get booked. I mean, if you think there's a website like Speaker Match or eSpeakers or whatever, all these websites are out there, if you think there's a website like that that's going to get you booked, that's going to get you gigs, then you're essentially not going to get booked in the long term. You have to change your psychology. Either you're serious about building your speaking business or you're not. There's no such thing as, oh, I want to work for an hour or two. There's no such thing. And if you have 1 foot in, 1 foot out, you're not serious. Either you want to build your speaking business or you should just go get a job. I understand that if you don't know what to do, then I understand that. I mean, if you just don't know how to get booked, if you don't know the process and things like that, I understand. But the answer to that is actually the easiest thing you could get. I mean, all you got to do is just read the blog, or if you're a member of the platform area, then there's even more information about processes. And I mean, it's really in detail in the Speak Pro Academy, where for 12 weeks, we take you step by step on what to do, starting from nothing to getting paid gigs. If your problem is that you just don't know what to do, then the information is there. If if that's all it is, then that's the easiest thing to figure out. But if you expect other people to book speaking gigs for you, then this is your wake-up call. You have to go out and do it yourself. You have to make those cold calls. I mean, 100 cold calls a day. You have to learn whatever you need to learn. You have to go out all day, every day, and work like a freaking madman to get one single gig. And when you have this intensity, then you'll be so focused on getting on stages that you won't need to ask someone else to book gigs for you. You're just already going to have your entire schedule filled. It's time to get serious about your speaking business. Don't expect other people to do it for you. Get serious.